Yeah, that's what's up, man. AJAXxXTheHumanist. I'm outside, so it's kind of dark, but I want to go near a lamp so y'all see who the fuck I am. But yeah, I actually made a video like that today, and it's really exploration about certain ideas, and you can explore different thoughts through a variation of words that you use. But certain words have certain connotations and understandings that other words don't. Like, there's a difference between, let me think, like hate and dislike. Like there's, if you really break down to the base level of language and the way people perceive and hear and understand one another, that's a humanist kind of stuff I'm into. You really get down to the core of how speech and process and how relationships from each individual change through just certain words. You can say one sentence in one way and mean one thing completely, and then say another sentence that means nearly the same thing in a different way, and you could get a completely different reaction. And that's just because of the fact that people think in a certain manner. There are certain, commonly held connotations and certain personally held connotations. Like a personal connotation for me is probably, let me think. This is a good personal held connotation that I have. I don't know, I guess my name, but it's a little gray. Like, I'm not skinny, but like TJ, like, no offense, man, you're kind of bigger. Connotation that you might have is chunky, or I was actually gonna say husky, but like husky, that has a certain personal connotation for you. Skinny person might have another different, common connotation. And all these words mean a whole lot of different things. And I'm not saying that that's the reason these people talk like that, or if I'm one of these people, because I don't know. I've agreed with you on a lot of different stuff, and I definitely have noticed that, you've used a couple of my ideas, which is, nigga, I'm all about that shit. But when it comes right down to it, what does it come right down to? I guess you said pseudo intellectuals. I mean, these are people. I think most of the people you're talking about are people who actually go out and they talk about concepts. These are the issues to which they're trying to do. And concepts are ideas to which have no real base holding. The common connotation and the personal connotation are kind of both out there. They're concepts, like ideas like the soul, or ideas like, I don't know, gravity is a strongly held terminology. It's not a gravity. Well, gravity to a certain degree could be a concept. It's a concept because this is what we call the attraction to the Earth. Within that sense, I mean, we're using this word gravity to explain the fact that we're connected to this Earth and we go down. But basically, the science behind gravity is pretty strong. But still, it was a concept at first. Gravity was a concept at first. When people first understood the idea of gravity, it was a concept like shit falls down. Holy shit falls down. And then eventually it came into the point that it became from a concept of something falling down to an idea or an understanding. An understanding that, yes, there's something that causes shit to fall down. It went from a concept, this bigger idea, this bigger construct, and it came to the point of an idea or understanding. And I think that's what I think that's what a lot of these people are trying to do. Or they're trying to talk out their ass. I mean, I do both, so, shit, I ain't gonna lie. But, I mean, concepts and ideas, understandings, perspectives. What else was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. I think most of the people are trying to explore concepts. Then the variation between these concepts, or the variation of ideas between these concepts, bring a conversation to which, to a certain degree, is kind of fun. I mean, if you're into that stuff, you can have certain conversations about certain concepts. If you have your own ideas about a certain concept to which you've already came up with yourself, and you talk to someone else about your concept, or like, you're talking about one concept, I agree, I disagree. I mean, the I, the M, the is, like, literally, those are all, like, huge concepts, like is. Is a huge concept. I mean, shoot. And you go back to the base of it, you can really come to a pretty good understanding. And I gotta say, real talk, I know I'm doing this video like conference report, but I don't know. Because Amazing Atheist, man, I gotta be honest. I mean, you're the variation. Variation's a bad word. The connection to which you have and your viewership of the world is largely connected with material items or items which can be felt or understood, or stuff that can be proven by science. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I'm probably wrong, but still, you have a more deeper connection with the stuff that is concrete. You know, you don't variate to concepts too much. And that kind of goes. I'm not a hypocrite, but truthfully, like honestly, what was I gonna say? Concept. Most atheists do have that certain belief. They're not really into this supernatural. I mean, you don't believe in God, so the fact that you don't believe in God, you don't try to understand deeper concepts like God, how God would work. I don't think you spend a lot of time thinking about that. So, I mean, sure, there's probably the what you call pseudo intellectuals who just like talking shit, or just like talking because they like to hear themselves talk, which I like to do. But there's also the people who really, I mean, there's those people, of course. But I think most of the people literally are trying to present certain ideas to certain concepts, and how their ideas relate to that concept, and how that concept relates back to their ideas. And then there's other people who really actually want to have a certain idea or a certain understanding represented because of the fact that either they want to get some feedback or they're just coming up with a good way to present a certain idea in a certain idea of a concept. And yeah, this video is going a little bit longer than I wanted it to, and I pretty much said everything. So peace, AJAXxTheHumanist out, and yeah, nigga, don't hate. No, fuck it. Yeah, deuces.